Welcome to BGP, and today we are discussing I'm a Savage, classy,
Classy,
bougie,
bougie,
ratchet.
ratchet.
Meg the Stallion. She recently gained a little bit of attention within the last week because she broke up with her boyfriend, Clay Thompson. And I don't know why, but all hell broke loose by a simple Instagram post within her message. Just simply stating, like, after all this time, you decided, of going through your mood swings and having me, spend time with your family, you decide now to say that you don't want to be monogamous. I need a break, and I need a break, y'all. I'm just, basically, I need time away. And the world kind of like went a little crazy about it. We have men celebrating the breakup. We have men coming up with their own reasons for the breakup, although neither one pretty much said, everything that happened or took place. But, we got some men that's like, yeah, it's because A, B, C, D, and E. This is the reason why. It's because of Tori. It's because she put him in prison. It's because all these things. And so today we're going to give our perspective of what we think, how you should move. So, when you first heard about it, Mona, what did you think?
When I first saw her post, um, I read it very carefully, and she said cheating. Um, from what I understand, he cheated 7 times. So why did she stay for the 7 times? You know, um, I think this is a prime example of how women, you know, have self-inflicted abuse just for status and for materialism. If he cheated 1 time, it should have been over. When she said that, here's the thing. She made the public believe that my man, my man, my man,
Mm-hmm.
everything was going beautifully from what we saw.
Mm-hmm.
And then 9 months later, bam, it's over. So when she said, I went through your mood swings and you treated me horribly during your season, that's only 6 months. So training camp starts in September.
Mm-hmm.
Then they go to the season from October to March.
Mm-hmm.
So when did the mood swings start? And of course, he probably is going to have some mood swings. He had uh, that last season, he didn't do too well. So he's kind of on the chopping block. So he's trying to focus and he got to go to work. So either you were supportive of him or he treated you horribly. I need to know which one it was because the photo ops made it seem like you guys were doing really well. As far as him getting cold feet, and now he said that he doesn't, or not that he doesn't, he can't be monogamous.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering, did he ask her to be his woman? Did he say, I want to be in an exclusive relationship? We had a girl one time say that if we sleep together, then we go together.
Mm-hmm.
But was there a verbal agreement? I think that Meg the Stallion's WAP was going through a dry spell. I think instead of her being calculating, she went into desperation mode, and I think she moved too fast.
Hmm. I do think they moved a little too fast, but I think from what I gather, and I'm just looking at his past relationships before her, I think he's a love bomber. I think he tells women what they want to hear so that he can get into that relationship until he gets bored or meets someone new, and then he kind of discards them because the previous exes also said that he cheats. He takes care of them in the beginning, like, everything is fine, and then all of a sudden, nope, and he starts to cheat. I, I can't say that he, said, will you be my woman? But what I will say is they got a house together. They bought a house together. They were living together. They were doing things with his family because she doesn't have family. Um, they were moving, in my opinion, like someone that was in a relationship, I per se, or would hope to go somewhere further down the line. But I guess it was just for show. I guess, you know.
How do we know they bought a house together? How do we
Oh, it was
know?
public knowledge.
How do we know? You seen the papers?
Yeah, it was public knowledge. They bought a house
Mm,
like within 6 months.
mm. Because
Yeah.
I would think it might be an Airbnb. Whose name is on the house? Um, yeah, I want to do a timeline. So, Michael Rubin has an all-white party every year around the 4th of July. And if my research is correct, that's where they met. She said she wouldn't tell anybody where they met, but it was like a movie. So that kind of
Mhm.
goes together. So that was July, right? Then you see a picture of Meg Thee Stallion. If you were following this story, she's in the forefront. And if you look to your left, you will see a male figure in the back. That was him.
Yeah.
And then the following day, same month, July, has a picture on his page and I don't really see this one, so I don't know if it was a shadow of her
Yeah.
in the picture. Okay, so then same month, July, she had her foundation for her mother and father.
Mhm.
He escorted her there,
Mhm.
and that's when she first said, he's the most nicest person that I ever met.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to figure out how he went from nice to horrible in 9 months. So we go to August,
Mhm.
September. That's 2 months. Do we know a man in 2 months?
No, we
Okay.
don't.
Okay. So that's where I'm saying I think she moved too fast.
Yeah.
I think that she thought this might be her last chance and she was going to be all she could be. So then, like I said, September is training camp. He really didn't have too much time to spend with her because he's focused on his job. October is the season. So then we fast forward to Thanksgiving. Do you cook a full course meal for a man and his family that you just met?
No, not at all.
So, my thinking, and this is just my opinion, she cooked her way into Thanksgiving.
Mm.
Normally, when you have a new man, he invites you over to meet his family. And I think that was the time where he presents her to his family. And I don't know what rich people do if mom cooks and you go in and you meet Mrs. Thompson and you ask her, do you want some help? And she says yes or no.
Mhm.
And then you sit and you rest in your femininity. I think this was the time for her to sit
Mhm.
and rest in her femininity and see where this man was going to lead her. So then we go to Christmas. Did we see any Christmas photos? You saw Christmas photos? Okay. I didn't. So then we go to Happy New Year.
Mhm.
Did they bring the New Year in together? Because they say
I don't know.
whoever you're with on New Year's, that's who you bring in the New Year together. Okay, so that's January.
Mhm.
February, his birthday came first because they're both born
Aquarius.
in February. Did you buy a man a $300,000 watch for his?
I'm broke, so no. No, you don't. I can't.
I think that's a little too much.
But what did he buy her?
Okay, so he bought her a Bentley, but him
Mhm.
buying her a Bentley is like an average man buying somebody a Yugo in cash.
Oh no, that's
So-
not average man behavior.
No, that's what I'm saying. That he's worth 300 million. So
Right.
that Bentley was nothing for him.
Okay.
You know, I think he had a lot of rich nigga tricks. I'm sorry, I gotta say it. Her name on the boat, that's just some paint.
Mhm.
And like Nisha said, he love bombed her.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that I've grown weary of girls claiming to be grown ass women and then playing themselves and then crying victim. We have to hold ourselves accountable for our own actions and for the people that we allow in our lives. There's too much information on the internet that she wasn't able to go and see who his past women were. You know, he's a player.
Mhm.
In my opinion.
Mhm.
Sugar Free say players do what they want to, suckers do what they can. And just because a man is a gentleman, he's sweet, or you think he's a nerd, or, you know,
Mhm.
they was calling him all kind of names,
Cornball,
beige,
corny.
corny,
Yeah.
PBS,
Yeah.
all kind of things. Just because they're nice, that doesn't mean that they're not players. If a man that's worth 300 million came up to me, my first question is, what the hell you want? Meg has a bad reputation um, right now. You have to be careful about how you present yourself.
Mhm.
She presents as a twerker, clapping them cheeks. She dresses like a stripper. She has explicit lyrics so much that she started rapping at 14, but her mother said she wouldn't allow her to rap until she turned 21 because of her explicit lyrics, which should have been a red flag for her to maybe change it up a little bit. But she has explicit content. She calls herself a pimp, aka Tina Snow,
Mhm.
and I've been around a few pimps in my lifetime. And one thing that I know about pimps is they don't cry when they lose a 304. They might be mad that they lost some money, but they're going to replace that person with the quickness. So all those lyrics that she has, if he don't want to be saved, don't save him. If the DICK is not going the way she wants it to, she drops him. So that's a bunch of cat.
Well,
Hold on, she presents herself. Um, She's a habitual liar. She lie about everything, and she cheats too. So when she came out with that statement about treat infidelity and all these things as what she say was a deal breaker for her, would you cheat too, Megan? But I think that she moved too fast. She shouldn't have gave him nothing. Not in 2 months. There should have been no sex, and she should have seen what he wanted from her.
hmm, okay. I think that did she move fast? Yes. But when I looked at her previous relationships, I'm like, man, pretty much in every relationship, cheating occurred. Um, the men, if I were to do a comparison of the ones allegedly that she would confirm that she was linked to, um, they don't look like Clay at all. Mostly rappers, and the one that she went to jail for, he wasn't a rapper, but that one, the one she went to jail for, he was a plain old dude, and he cheated and got a girl pregnant, and this is before she blew up. And of course, the case was dismissed because he didn't, he didn't show up to court. And then you have the man that after that cheated. Then you have the rapper. Oh my gosh, I can't think of that young dude's name who has all the kids. But
Moneybag, yeah.
yeah, same thing. She caught he cheated. Then she got with Tori, which she said it was just a sexual relationship.
She was drunk.
Yeah, it was a sexual relationship that she would get drunk and then they would have sex. And they connected initially through their mothers, the loss of their mothers. So they were friends before anything, and then drinking, and they would sleep together. But then that happened. And of course, then he would later sleep with her friend, and whatever happens with the shooting happens. After that, she got with Party, right? And
No, she was with Party.
no, she was not.
She was with Party when she cheated.
No, she was not.
Well, then he's a liar too.
Yeah,
Then.
she got with Party after the Tory incident.
Mm.
Now, Party was defending her while she was going back and forth to court with Tory and all that stuff, but she did not get with Party until 2021. The shooting occurred in 2020.
Okay.
So that didn't happen. But people seem to think that she was with Party, well, with Tory and all that. She didn't. And then after Party, she got with she was dating the footballer. I can't think of his name.
The soccer player.
Yeah, well,
The
they call them
soccer
football.
player.
They call them footballers.
Yeah.
But she was dating him for a while, and then after that, that's when she started dating Clay. And the men that she claimed are the ones that we typically see her with, and then there's the other ones that she are linked to that she never like confirms. Like, yeah, that's my man. She'll never say anything. But people seem to like link her to this long line, and they'll create a meme and show all these guys in a line, and then Clay at the end and her in the bed. I guess giving everybody a turn. I think that's wrong. And then two, when I think about that, she lost her dad as a freshman in high school. She lost her mom 2 years after high school. She lost her grandmother 2 weeks after she lost her mom. She has no family. She has no guidance. She has no elders in her life right now that could have showed her, this is how you move, this is what you should do. I see you made that mistake. This is what you she didn't have it. She don't have it. So she's pretty much falling on her face for the world to see, and people are just saying like harsh harsh things to me. And I don't know, I don't like it. I feel like it's he cheated, but she's being blamed for it. And then for the people that's like, well, she talks about WAP, she raps nasty and has these lyrics. The women that he was dating prior to her didn't move like Megan. And you know what happened? He still cheated. He still cheated.
Okay.
But so I'm like, I'm confused on how she's being blamed for him cheating. How's it?
I don't blame her for him cheating, but here's the thing. In this internet environment, are we to believe that these same girls that call themselves grown-ass women do not know about the gender wars that have been going on for about a decade? Are we saying that they don't know that Kevin Samuels, the late Kevin Samuels, said that if you get with a high-value man and he cheats, you need to STFU or get on. The same women, they don't know that there's been a manosphere out here for a decade that have been talking about women and talking about what they do with women that are promiscuous. They will sleep with them, but they're not going to make them wifey. Y'all don't know about that, and I don't like that y'all keep flip-flopping, because when she got with old boy, y'all was praising him up. Then when he allegedly cheated, because we don't know if he cheated or not, we're not in a relationship. Now y'all dragging them. They got witches doing rituals and stuff. You know, that's why you have to take extra precaution as a woman.
Yeah.
To slow the hell down
Yeah.
and see why this man really wants to be in your life or wants you to be a part of his life. That's all I'm saying. Because it's too much ratchet stuff going on out here. Gentlemen, I mean, men are not
Honest.
Right. So you have to slow down. You have to get to know that person. You didn't get to know Clay Thompson in 2 months.
Yeah. I agree with you. We do need to slow down, but that would also go back to the learning curve and how long it took us if we didn't have the guidance in our life to figure that out. Considering she just turned 31 and we talking about gender wars from 10 years ago, 10 years ago, she wasn't a part of that. She wasn't
I'm
doing
not
it.
saying, I said 10, it's been going on for 10 years. It's still going on today.
Right.
But I'm saying that we keep on saying we grown and we get on this internet and we voice our opinions and we say we know a lot, and then you get tricked.
Yeah.
We can't get tricked no more. You got to take your time. You got to close it up.
Yes.
No, I'm not giving you nothing. Especially when there's rumors and then there's the facts. The rumors are, is she loose? So now the old folks tell you, if you want something different, you got to do something different. So that means you got to move differently. You're not going to sleep with him in the first week, the first month, the first 2 months, because that's where it all happened. How does you being around a person for a short period of time turn into my man, my man, my man? You know, and two, stop posting everything on the internet.
Agreed.
When you look at most of the content, Meg is setting up the camera to kiss him, to hug him, to do. Stop posting that. You can take videos for your own personal memories,
Yeah.
but when you put it on the internet, it's up for everybody's opinion.
Yeah.
And like I said, she didn't tell us about the horrible times. She just tried to show the good
things.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what influencers do though. They only want to. They're not going to show you the bad until all of a sudden you're hearing about a divorce.
Okay, and
Or
that's
a
why I'm
breakup.
saying we should not be so quick to rally around these entertainers and try to play like, I want Meg's life. I want to be like Meg. Because like I say, it's rumors and then there's facts.
Right.
So the rumor are you loose, girl, so you got to tighten it up. That's all I'm saying. Y'all got to move more careful out here. If you, and okay, she lost family members, but everybody has lost family members too, but it's too much information on the internet. So you mean to tell me she didn't have no girls to be like, wait a minute,
She's young.
she don't have no friends To say, wait a minute,
Well, her best friend. What happened with her best friend?
who's her best friend?
Well, she don't exist no more. They broke up when all that shooting happened. Her best friend that knew her since high school, that knew her mama, they not friends. Everybody else is the yeses, the yes men, the workers.
And see, that's why I don't like yes people around me. I want somebody to be up front and center in my face and be like, slow down, hold up. Your reputation is not pristine. And if you're trying to rebrand yourself, then you have to move a little differently.
And let's talk about that rebrand, because to be honest, when she did start dating Clay, she did slow down. She wasn't really twerking. She wasn't out there wearing the stuff and doing anything.
She came out with the my man in October.
Exactly.
She was with him.
Exactly. That is the only thing that she came out with. But she wasn't doing anything. She had slowed down. She just started getting back into the little play that not little like it's nothing, but the play that she was doing. Like she just started doing and getting into the show, because she's on an NBC show. The movies, she's doing a little bit of movies and acting. She just started doing that.
She had a video where she was twerking all on the man. That video should have never been out to the public.
Agreed. That should have just been for her man. I'm in agreement with you. But at the same time, we got to be honest, and we can't act like when we was young we didn't do dumb stuff, because we did. The only difference is cameras didn't exist.
Okay, but you did you learn from one relationship to another how to move differently?
Of course.
Okay.
But you know what else I had? I had elders to tell me too.
Okay, but even if you didn't have elders, you didn't have all them bodies on you by 30.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But that's because I had elders telling me that I should not move that way.
Okay, so we gonna blame it on that she don't have her own mind,
She
don't know right from wrong. She needed some elders, because there's a lot of people out here, Nisha, that don't have elders. They know when they do something wrong.
We do.
And wait. And nobody would have knew the dude was cheating. Nobody would have knew anything that happened in the relationship.
True.
If she wouldn't have posted.
True.
She shouldn't have posted. If you're a pimp and old boy decide he don't want to be monogamous, okay, baby, say less. I'm moving on. When you had the interview where they asked you, how did you feel about him? You could have said no comment.
True.
I'm here to promote my foundation for my mother and my father.
True.
Shut it down.
True.
Stop being so quick to praise somebody that you don't even know should be praised yet. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
That is true. But I'm going to be honest, speaking from a millennial, Gen Z perspective, they grew up on social media. They was raised on social media. So their life is social media. This is what I'm doing. This is what I do when I wake up. This is what I do before I go to sleep. This is where me shopping. This is me here, there, dating, such and such. That's what they do.
And how does that work out for them?
It clearly it doesn't for a lot of them. But that's what they were raised on.
So they need to stop then.
Then we got to shut social media down, because that's all. That's what they know. And if you comparing that to your generation and the earlier of my generation, we didn't have social media. If we had social media back then, a lot of us would be doing some dumb shit. We would. We did. The only reason nobody knows about it is because it didn't exist.
Okay, but then since you do have social media and you can be scrutinized, you can be talked about, wouldn't that make you pull back from social media?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. And I'm hoping that, I think she's figuring it out, because she hasn't really said anything since she did that message. People keep trying to talk to her, and she's just like, she had her crying thing when she was doing her last kind of performance for her play, because they ended that 2 weeks early.
She went back, didn't she?
Yeah, but she's ending it 2 weeks early. But I think she's figuring it out. But for me, I'm like, I give her partially a pass, because I don't know who I would be if I lost my parents back to back to back. My matriarchy, the patriarchy, back to back before I'm even 25. Yes, people lose their parents. I get that. But she lost them. 2 weeks later, her grandma was gone after her mama. Her mama died so quick. She was like, I have a headache. Something's wrong. Mama, you got to go to the doctor. Go to the doctor. And they said, oh, that's cancer, brain cancer. And she was gone. Right before
I understand that.
Hold on. Right before she took off. And at the same time, on top of all that, COVID. COVID. Like and on top of that, in 2020, you get shot in the foot. On
So
top of that,
then
on
you
top of
shouldn't
that,
be dating.
and I agree.
Okay.
I agree
Okay.
with you.
Okay.
She should not be dating. She should be sitting on somebody's couch.
Okay.
She should be
Okay.
healing. She should be talking to a therapist, and not the therapist on social media, but a licensed, credentialed therapist. I agree. But so should a lot of these other people that are critiquing her and getting excitement and foaming at the mouth that she just ended a relationship. Because to me, I'm like, I give her, if what she said was true, I give her kudos on the point that she said the mood swings and the cheating is a deal breaker, and she ended it. She didn't just stay for years like some women would do in hopes of getting a ring. She left.
But she kind of made it look like they were in a monogamous relationship, and I don't think they ever were in a monogamous relationship. I think that she was there for play and not for stay. I think he showed her that she was just something that he wanted to get with, because they say men don't have preferences. They say men have range. So he had an actor, he had an R&B singer,
Yeah.
so he wanted to experience something ratchet.
Yeah.
And so that's what he did.
Yeah.
And so
And
I think she wanted, maybe she asked, where are we going, or where's this headed? And he told her, I can't be monogamous,
Yep.
which I think was pretty good on his end to say that.
Yeah.
I think maybe he thought she wanted to play too. We don't know how he got at her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. You have to be very concrete on what you want in a relationship. Because once you say, oh, I just want to experience you, sometimes you can't turn that around and be in a monogamous relationship. So you have to be clear about what your expectations are
Agreed.
for a relationship from the beginning.
Agreed.
Okay.
But and not only just from the beginning, throughout the whole process, because sometimes you can meet people that say, oh, I want the same thing you want.
Absolutely. And they would trick you.
And then in the middle, you are down the line, they be like, I never wanted that. I never wanted that. I just told you that because I knew if I told you the truth, you wasn't going to be
Exactly.
here. And it happens.
So like you said, once I say, hey, Clay, I want a monogamous relationship, I want us to be exclusive, then I got to watch you. Then I got to pull back. Then I can't be all I can be and give all 100% to you until I see it materialized. And it could not have materialized in a few months. That's all I'm saying.
I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement.
Okay.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts is, ladies, don't be discouraged. There are beautiful couples out here that love each other, that are honest, that do not cheat. You just haven't found your person yet. Be careful in these streets. That's my final thought.
Yeah, my final thoughts is don't be doing no curses. Don't be sending death threats to alleged women that you believe he's cheating on her with. Don't put yourself in her situation, because I know how easy that can be, where you like, I've experienced that, so I know what she's going through, because everybody's experience is different. She's a celebrity and we just regular people. Don't go with assumptions, because prior to that, she was, singing him praises and taking happy pictures, like everything was good. So I would say, vet, take your time, don't rush, and don't just go off of the words, go off of the actions too. And I'm gonna be honest, if you have access to exes of said person that you might be interested in, look at what they're saying. And you can ask him or her too, but look at what they're saying too, because if there's a pattern where it's like they're in relationships and then it ends out because of infidelity, that might be the same, finale for you. And if you know that's not what you want, don't even entertain it. Like, just, no, I'm good. I'm good. Because he has a pattern. He does. So be careful out there with the dating. Ask more questions. Take your time. As Mona said, keep your legs closed. And heal. Don't just jump into relationships either. Heal before you move on to the next step. Otherwise, you will keep repeating that pattern of attracting people that like to cheat. So be careful. Be careful out there. Please like, share, subscribe to our channel. If you feel like we left anything out or you want us to address it, leave it in the comment section and we will, respond to you, BGP, and we're out. Bye.